Hello, phantoms and other spirits. Welcome. I am playing Our Life. I am. Don't ask. I'm very, very lonely. Please, don't ask. Buddy, there. Dear Lord, it's so weird. Okay, I'm done. Summer in Sunset Bird was a special time of year. Your usually sleepy town began to bustle. It was a popular tourist destination, with people coming from all over all over to enjoy the beach. I ruined the scene. The weather and the relaxation that came with both. The smell of the ocean, crisp and salty, hung in the air, bringing 3 whole months of school, less vacation in it. Wait, I just missed school-less vacation. Shoot, I'm ruining it. During the summer, your moms didn't like you to wander too far outside of your neighborhood, so you knew the area pretty well. That included the people. Families came and went from Sunset Bird, but they mostly stayed and did what your mom called putting down roots. They built businesses, they got to know each other, and they definitely said hello to the nice young kids who waved when passing their stores. Going on a walk around town mostly meant that familiar, friendly residents waved or asked how your family was, or most often just said hello. You didn't really know why you always had to say hi. They saw you every day. You ended up saying hi to a lot of different people, so it's most notorious. Okay. You too anxious. Let's see. What would I actually do? I would... Yeah, I'll just say hi. I'll be polite. You enjoyed learning all about where they were visiting from and hoped to visit those places one day too. But today there was a man sitting on the curb outside your house. He was sitting with his head in his hands, his whole body slumped over, and you wondered if he was even a real person, or a statue that had magically sprung up from the ground overnight. Whoever, or whatever he was, you had never seen him before. One thing about knowing everybody in Sunset Bird was that people who you didn't recognize really stood out. It was rare for tourists to venture into the residential district, as your mom calls it. So for you, not knowing who a total stranger was set off a lot of red flags. Your mom had a talk with you and your big sister Lizzie about this kind of situation before. You hadn't been exactly listening to the time. You mentioned that some people aren't good to talk to, but others have to talk to you. Yeah. You weren't sure about this man yet. I'd rather see. You slowed down, your mind racing for ideas on how to get past him unseen, but it was too late to escape. That sounds like something out of a horror movie. You slowed down, your mind was racing on ideas how to get past him unseen, but it was too late to escape. There was a split second where your eyes met, and you took in a shaky breath, your eyes darting to the sky, pretending to stare at a bird who was hovering nearby. Yep, that's what I would do, actually. I just look up and or just look away, I would pretend to be talking to myself or try to walk away somehow. Hey! His voice startled you and made you jump, but still you didn't look at him. The bird landed on top of a nearby gatepost and its black feathers ruffled against the gentle breeze. Trying to keep your eyes on it was tough, especially when the man stood up and started to make his way towards you. Whoa, calm down, man. You got beef? Not wanting to seem approachable, you not sure of him. Yeah, I'm just gonna be an awkward smile. That's what I usually do when random people go up to me. I give them an awkward smile, wave, then walk away. The man gives a grin of his own back. Daddy, do you live around here? What's your name? Sorry, I thought those were underwear. Just walking around. You look at the man up and down, taking in his tan skin and relaxed appearance. At least his clothes were relaxed. The way he was acting wasn't. He had sharks on his shorts and a stingray tattoo, and you wondered if he was obsessed with the ocean of something. I expect him to go brah. What's up, bruh? What's up? I don't know if that's rude. I'm sorry. While you made your assessment, he looked at you expectantly, waiting for an answer to his question. I'll just say I live here. I don't want to give up my name. Wait, no. He's still a stranger, and yeah, I live here. It's great. He looked happy to hear it, giving you a broad smile. But you giving me money? He reached into his pocket and pulled out a clean $20 bill. It crinkled in his hand as he held it up to you. I don't need money, man. More confused than before, you looked back at him.
Well...
Could you do me a favor? Sorry, I just heard something. I just heard like a voice. Nothing bad. Sorry, I should have... Let me start over. He cleared his throat and stood up straighter. From where he was standing, it just made him look creepier. I have a son. His name is Cove, who is about your age. Cove. Oh no. Oh no. My dog is barking. This guy is definitely obsessed with the water. He wasn't the only person like that in Sunset Bird. We moved in across the street, see? He gestured towards the house that had been empty for a year, his watch catching the late afternoon sunlight and reflecting off the walls. The gigantic for sale sign was finally gone. You must be Spirit Buddy, right? I met your moms earlier. They told me you were 8, just like him, so... He shook his $20 bill. Are you trying to bribe me to talk to your son? I didn't expect this is how it was gonna go. Just bring your son over so you could say hi. You don't need to bribe me. He shook the $20 bill to bring it back to your attention, a hopeful smiling, tilting his lips at the corners. Can you try to be friends with the boy? You don't need to bribe me. Just give it a chance. You can keep this. He's a good kid. You'll like him.
Do you mind?
But you've got to keep it a secret too, okay? It wouldn't be friendly to say his dad sent you, and it wouldn't be friendly to bribe a child. Just take him to me and say hi. Wait, is he shy? Then take me to him. Preferably outside where everyone can see. You eyed the man. Kind of felt sorry for Go. Wait, they're friends. Okay, I'm going with this. That's funny. Had your moms done that for you and Lizzie? The thought made you frown. What'd you say? Want to make a deal? You didn't want the money. You ran away. You took the... I don't want the money. Just... Not completely.
Are you sure?
It won't be that bad. Even if it's just for the summer, that'd be enough. No, I just don't want the money. I'll be friends with your kid. I just don't pay me. That only made this sound more strange to you. Why does this lasting for the summer matter? When it was clear his initial strategy wasn't going to fly, he tucked the bill into his back pocket and changed the request. I get it. You don't have to. Would you be comfortable with he and I coming by for normal mid-visit? Yes, I would be. Yeah, I want to meet him. There. His smile got bigger again. His eyes crinkled at the sides. I'll bring him by tomorrow. I wanted him to meet and greet the neighbors today, but... Well, I don't know where he's gotten off to. Wait, why? Did he say he was like going to play and then you just like lost track of him? Or did you actually just lose track of him? He laughed when he said that, but with the way his face looked, he thought he actually wanted to cry. Parents, I'm sorry. If you see him, can you tell him to come on home? Dude! At least tell your kid to tell them where they're gonna go, at least. Keep an eye. He's got a pink cast and glasses. You can't miss it. Okay. Sure thing. This definitely wasn't the normal way kids made friends. You knew that, but you were still going to help. The man smiled and reached out to pat you on the head, paused before doing so, then pulled his hand away instead. Thank you. You respect that one. Your moms are already checking around for me. Such a thoughtful group you are. Aw, that's so sweet. Now I better go look too. Can't put everyone else to work while I keep sitting here. I thought he might come back in. That's not important. I have to go. Thanks again, Spirit. So much. He jogged off down the street without another word. Go look for your son. You decided to check the hills behind your house. Ooh, pretty. First sight. Oh, is it love at first sight? The chirping of crickets in the tall grass greeted you, quiet and familiar. From top of the hill, you could see the ocean. As you walked, you listened to the crash of the waves on the shore, and the seagulls squawking as they settled down for the night. You've always loved the ocean. It was so much fun. You love to hear stories about the sea. You enjoy the beach. I like the stories. I'm kind of afraid of the ocean, honestly. Sometimes you could almost convince yourself that you had seen a flash of a shiny mermaid tail in the distance. You took in a deep breath. You wanted to try and relax, and couldn't. You weren't sure what, but something told you that you weren't alone, so you glanced around. It was a boy sitting atop of the hill, almost completely hidden, with the long grass and white flowers surrounding him. I want to sneeze. Let me sneeze. I can't sneeze. Cut. I'm gonna sneeze out of nowhere. His head was buried in his knees, staring ahead by himself. For whatever reason, probably just that he wasn't paying attention, he hadn't noticed you yet. You watched him a minute longer, feeling a little bit like you found a deer in the wild. Though deer didn't have green hair? Yeah, they don't have. But this new boy did. He watched as it fluttered softly around his face in the breeze. I'm just really lonely. I just halfway through. After a few more seconds, you took a step forward, then another. And then he glanced your way. His aquamarine eyes reflected the light of the moon. He stopped, raising a hand to acknowledge him, and showed that you weren't scary. Hi, Space Cadet. Yeah, why not? With a start, he jumped to his feet, hands balling into fists at his sides. Okay, chill. He didn't say anything, just stared at you in a strange way. He'd been crying. There were traces of tears on his cheeks and his knees soaking the hem of his shorts, and his eyes were still shining with a few more. You'd obviously caught him off guard. His pink cast seemed to glow in the twilight, though when he caught you staring at it, he hid his arm behind his back. Something the man said earlier stuck out to you. Cove? Ah. His eyes wide, he studied you. How'd you know that? I'm all-knowing. That's a lie. Tell the truth. Okay, your dad told me who you were. Oh, that's such a cute voice. Aw. So, is this your hill? He gestured as his uninjured arm to the patch. With his uninjured arm to the patch of grass surrounding you, his face falling at the prospect. I can leave if it is. You can't own a hill. Why not? How could you? You just do. I had a hill back home. Well, this still isn't mine. Oh. He sat back down with a thump, resting his chin on his knees again. Curious about the strange new boy with the odd dad, you sat on the patch of grass next to him. The pure white flowers that covered this hill rocked back and forth gently as the stars twinkled above. The way they dotted the sky made them seem like flowers too. The night wind was as cool as it traveled over the ocean and up the hill, chasing away the heat from the afternoon sun. Why'd your family move? Let's ask why you're here first. That seems more gentle. A quiet hiccup escaped Cove as soon as you asked the question. Oh no, I made a mistake again. Almost like they never stopped, his tears started to swell up again with vengeance. Aw, poor boy. Head pat. My parents, oh no. They don't want to live together with me anymore. Oh no, I think I know what's happening. The tears fell fast, as heavy over his flushed cheeks, sticking in his dark lashes. My mom made my dad leave and he took me with him, and now we have a house here, and I want to go home. The outburst took you off guard. By the time he was done wailing, Cove's chest was heaving with exhaustion. Poor boy. Poor baby. He sniffled and removed his glasses, wiping at his eyes with the back of his hand before putting them back on again. I hate this place. I want my real life back. I want my mom. Aww. I'll just say I'm sorry. Sorry. I don't think I should say anything else than that. He slipped his hands underneath his glasses and pressed his fingers against his eyelids. Cove wound himself up again for another long crying fit. You felt bad for him, being forced to come here with no choice. You couldn't imagine what it'd feel like to live with only one of your moms, but it must be pretty hard. But from way off in the distance, you heard your parents. Spirit!
Cove?
Oh god, yep, that's a dad. Kids, where did you go? Cove looked at you, tears still clinging to his face, the cheeks. Don't tell them we're here.
I want to go home.
I want to go back to that house. Aww. Let's reassure him. It will be okay. You were struck by a sudden need to reassure Cove. It's not gonna be all fun, but isn't he your family too? Yeah, I guess. And you can count on him when you really, really need him. You shot him a grin and pushed yourself to your feet. Slowly, Cove stood up with you, still looking a little reluctant. His dad's voice rang out again. Cove, can you hear me? He looked toward the sound of his dad's voice, silent, then turned away while rubbing his not bandaged arm.
Sorry.
I still don't want to go. I'll wait with you silently. Yeah, I get it. You do? Before you can answer, you hear Cove's dad even closer than before. There you are, bud. The trio of parents appeared over the curve of the hill. Instantly, all their eyes landed on you, and they rushed over. Ah, my moms! They're so pretty! They're so beautiful! Both of your moms were at your side in a split second, faces filled with worry. Spirit, you're here after all. We have been in the park to check for Cove, and then heard what happened earlier when you met the new neighbor. I thought you might have gone off further away. I'll just say we're sitting in the grass. Thank God you're both fine. Were you two having fun out here? You looked over at Cove, who was wiggling against his dad's tight hug and then pushing at his arms. Oh, what is this? He's not that bad. I'll shrug. He's new here. It was okay. This little stubborn boy, look at him. Finally letting go of his squirming, scowling son, Cove's dad turned to the three of you.
That's a relief.
Thanks very much for finding him. I really don't know this neighborhood. Good thing Spirit knows this whole area so well. Absolutely. We should be getting home now. It's been a long day for all of us. Say goodbye, Cove. It's such a gentle voice, I like it. The two of them walked off into the darkness, heading toward the neighborhood. You watched Cove's bright pink cast until it disappeared. Tell you what, we'll have a proper playdate tomorrow, okay? Sounds nice. I'll make a new friend. Your new friend's dad wanted to bring him by to see you and Lizzie. How does that sound? It sounds like words. Sure.
Of course.
Who's my sister? I want to see. Then okay. Both of your moms laugh, the sounds overlapping into a warm, familiar chorus. Mommy put her arm around your shoulder and led you towards the path. Satisfied and more than a little ready to go to bed after your long, exciting day, you followed them home. Choose your feelings for Cove. This is how you feel. I'm relaxed. Pretty chill. Interest. Fond. There you go. Okay. At the breakfast table in the morning, you finished your food faster than usual. Your sister Lizzie had run out earlier to go play, but you stayed put. Today, just like your moms had promised, Cove was coming over to hang out. My dog! Dog! Dante! Don't bark, I'm in the middle of a dating sim! Excited to see your new friend again, Spirit? Dante! Excited to see your new friend again, Spirit? Yeah, I am. Dante! Shush! God! Dante! I'm so happy he moved in.
Okay.
With that said, are you done with your breakfast? Haha, I don't know. Am I? You gestured down to the empty dish in front of you, raising your eyebrows dramatically. This is what I would do.
Okay.
We see. Good job. He should be here soon. Cleanup began, and then, on cue, there was a knock. It was hesitant, like a person wasn't sure they were in the right place. Still loud, though. We need to get a more obvious doorbell. I know. Spirit, could you get it? Wiggling out of the chair without really pushing it back, you made your way to the door. Pat pat. Hey buddy, family. Thanks for having us. Yeah, that's my last name. Mr. Holden, as your moms have called them, and his son were here. Cove looked different in the bright lighting of your living room, and then he wasn't crying. With his dad standing in front of him, and mom and mommy behind you, you and Cove looked at each other. Pleased to see your new friend again, you smiled at Cove. He smiled back with some hesitation. Let's go play in my room. Okay. I accidentally spoke during the voice lines. How could I? Let us know if you need anything, you two. Have fun, kids.
See you.
See you later, son. You led him to your room, puffing out your chest a little bit at the sight of your treasures. There were lots of stuffed animals, a cool bed, and a window to look out. It was a great room. You hadn't had anyone to show it to in a while, but you were really proud of it. He leaned in a little closer to one of your drawings on the wall. I like this. This? It's yeah, it is cute. Thank you. You're welcome. Oh wait, I should have said I don't. That's what I usually say when I draw it, but other person drew it, so it's fine, I guess. You smiled at him. You're proud of that particular piece of art, and you're glad he noticed it. You turned to look around the room a little more, studying the books on your desk and the pictures on your walls. You were glad for the company. It was nice to have someone new to play with. Then his eyes landed on the tiny box of beach things you'd collected tucked away by your door. He took a step towards it before hesitating and pointing at it instead. What's that? A hoard of stuff I found on the beach.
Oh.
Do you have any driftwood in here? Dragging the box into the middle of the room, you and Cove flopped down next to it. I think so. Yeah, see? You gestured to the piece at the bottom, still covered with specks of sand.
Neat.
This is a cool collection. I actually have a few things from the beach too. I have like the shell that's like fused into a rock or something. It's pretty cool. You got a sense from the tone of his voice that he wasn't just saying it to be nice or to be like, Shiloh? What? I don't know that. He actually meant it. Oh right, I almost forgot. Shiloh's gonna be here today. Oh, Shiloh is our friend. Okay. Shiloh? Lizzie's friend, or like her #1 fan, I guess? Do I have to see him? It would be okay. I mean, he's Lizzie's friend, not mine, but you know. Come on, check out my shell some more. I found this one under a big piece of seaweed that had washed ashore, and you pulled out a seashell after seashell, explaining where you'd gotten each one, holding them up against the light. There were big ones, small ones, pink, purple, and orange. Most of them you washed off at the bathroom sink when you brought them home, cleaning off the sand. Yeah. Apparently fascinated, either by the stories or the shells themselves, Cove's blah blah blah. I can't speak! I really need to practice talking more. I'm usually silent in my home. I don't really talk that much. Other people would disagree though. Cove listened with what looked like the full force of his attention. Like when you almost got pinched by a hermit crab while searching for your shells. And after watching him scuttle back into the ocean, you found another empty shell that was almost a twin to his home. It was a new experience to be the center of such dedicated focus. But Cove had been mean to you, so you didn't mind. You smiled at him every now and then while showing him your collection. Kids, come down to the living room. Now, go down. You could tell the idea was making him unhappy, but Mom wasn't giving you much of a chance to hang around. Cove hadn't been like this meeting you. You guessed it was because he thinks you found each other by accident, not that a parent made it happen. Mr. Holden must be right that telling Cove his dad was a part that would be a bad idea. Okay, yeah, it was. Before you knew it, you'd both been escorted downstairs and deposited in the living room ready for Shiloh's visit. I think I'm saying that wrong. I'm so sorry. Also, can we take in this environment of the home? It is beautiful. I love it. It's so nice. The two of you sat side by side on the floor of your home's entryway. I brought the box of shells. I want to keep looking at them. Great. Bust it open. We can keep looking while we wait for Shiloh. Shiloh? I hope I'm saying it right. Oh my gosh. Cove reached in and pulled out a big orange shell. Oh. Like he hadn't spoken aloud yet, he turned to you and held it up, his eyes shining. I think this one is the best of them. I like different ones best. I have a lot of shells, but you know what? You can take it if you like it. Cove looked at you in surprise, his eyes going wide. Really? Sure, you like it a lot, right? Uh-huh, but I don't want to take it from you. It's okay. You got the impression he was hesitant to accept something because he didn't know you very well. It's fine. It's just one shell. We have a lot. And you can find a lot in the beach, too. Nah, it's okay for you. You pulled out the shell against Cove's chest, willing him to receive the present. But Cove firmly shook his head and kept his arms tightly at his sides. It was a battle you couldn't win, at least not today. Cove was your neighbor now. Maybe you can give it to him another time. The two of you were still sitting on the floor, looking through your collection of beach findings when the doorbell finally rang. Cove jumped, startled by the sound. Since the person hadn't knocked, you figured it was probably Shiloh. He knew where to look for that. Lizzie's friend? You nodded, but that didn't seem to make Cove feel better. It was obvious that Cove didn't hide his feelings well. You could tell what he was thinking right away. This isn't a good idea. He'll be alright. He's here. We can tell him to leave. We can't tell him to leave. He's at our only door, and if you go upstairs, he'll find you. Cove glanced around the room, his eyes wide. Finally, he paused with his gaze looking into the back of the house. I can go out the window. You're gonna get hurt, man. He was already walking towards it. Scrambling to think of something to say, you stepped forward then paused. Please don't get hurt. I'm worried. What if something happens? The distance of the first floor living room window wasn't far, but you could tell it made Cove nervous anyway. He touched the cast on his arm. The wind had clearly released from its sails. I don't want to break any more bones. I don't think anyone wants to. Yeah. But I don't want to see him. I don't know him. Come on, you're a bigger boy than he is. If things go bad, you can take him. I wanted to comfort him, but I actually wanted to see what this was. I thought the teasing was gonna be like, "Aw, you scared?" or something like that. But that one's better, I guess. Shiloh poked his head into the living room. It was impossible to know for sure if he had heard what you've been saying or not, but you guessed that he had.
Hi.
Hi, Spirit. Oh, he's so adorable. Head pat, head pat. That's so cute. And hi, Cove. Cove shot you an uneasy glance.
Hi.
I'm Shiloh. Nice to meet you. Yeah. You have a lot of freckles. Oh, come on. It's not that bad. Right, I do. What are you guys doing? We're looking at shells.
Can I do it too?
Oh, yeah, of course you can, man. Cove shrugged and looked back at your box of beach findings. What about that one? The plan for the afternoon, at least as far as you were concerned, was to sit and look at beach things some more. We weren't really in the mood to do much of anything else, especially if Cove was having fun. Hey, check out this scallop shell I found. Cool, right? It's a pretty color, kind of like my cast. The beautiful glittering pink did look a little bit like the wrap around his arm. Pink is a nice color. Okay.
Oh?
Is it your favorite? Not really. This dude is so blunt, I swear. What is? Maybe green or blue. It might be yellow. Oh, those are all cool.
I guess.
Yeah. Like usual, it didn't take long for Shiloh to get fidgety. Lizzie was his favorite. Without her around, Shiloh didn't seem to know what to do with himself. And Cove wasn't like your sister. He wasn't that much like you either. Is Lizzie coming back? I don't know. Aw, it's okay. You'll see her soon. Maybe. Where'd she go? I think she's at the beach, probably. Is she playing at her park? Cove's eyes lit up at the mention of the park. He looked towards you. There's a park? Yep, but it's old. Can you show me? I want to go. He started getting up before you have even answered, and Shiloh jumped up beside him in excitement. Well, we got something to do now. Let's be friends. Everyone, let's be friends. Really? You do too, right, Spirit? The park is fun. The park is pretty great.
Yeah.
It's right at the beach. There's lots of fun stuff to do and lots of sand. I only like the swings at a park. I want the swings. I like them. Yes, the jungle gym. Yeah! Swings! That sounds like it could be cool. So, are we going to find Lizzie? I don't know. I never really wanted to see her. I just wanted to check the park out. Adrift without any direction, Shiloh finally turned to you. Okay. He perked up. Both ways wanted to go. It was only fair. After getting from your moms, the three of you were ready to head out. It was a short walk to the park. Lizzie had convinced your moms that it was so short. She should always be allowed to walk there by herself. When you found her, she was hanging on the jungle gym, swinging back and forth. Hey, Lizzie. Her face lit up when she saw you, her big brown eyes going wide. Where's my sister? Spirit, Shiloh, where is she? I want to see her. She dropped to the ground and landed with a soft thud in the sand. In a split second, Shiloh had abandoned you two and scrambled over the sand by her. You were used to being left out when it was just the three of you, but now Cove was here. You wondered if he would leave too. Aw, who's that? Oh, she's so nice. I love her outfit and just her personality. Like, I could just see from the pose she's gonna be some sassy one. It's Cove. He's new.
Hi.
I remember. Hi, Cove. Welcome to my park. Nobody ever comes to play here, so this is where we can get together. She gestured widely with her arms as if to present the area to the newcomer. Without interrupting Lizzie's speech, Cove whispered in your ear, quiet enough so the others couldn't overhear. I thought kids couldn't own places like parks or hills. You can, I know. While Lizzie continued talking, you took the chance to kick off your shoes and wiggle your toes through the warm sand. Aw, I don't like the sand when it gets stuck though. Nice, huh? In this neighborhood, I'm the one who comes up with the ideas. You are?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I am. Who else could handle the job? Lizzie is the oldest. By a lot. My mom said your spirit's age. Yeah. Thought so. I'm still the only one in this group with double digits. What about the other kids? Other kids? There aren't any. We're the only kids here, and Shiloh is just visiting from another place. Not even tourists really bring their kids here. This is the land of ancients. Be careful that the oldies don't try to steal your youth. Aww. For a second, it looked like he might cry again. Don't cry! Pat, pat. Don't cry. Pat, pat. But something in his eyes shifted when he looked back at Lizzie. What kind of old people? Like moms and dads or grandparents? Grandparents who don't have kids. They hate kids. Why? We haven't done anything. Stop saying stuff like that. You're gonna upset him. Hoping Cove wouldn't start crying again, he sniffled, his forehead creasing with worry. Lizzie was staring Cove down, but Cove wasn't even looking at her anymore. He didn't seem to care that she was there, and went into his own head. Come on, sis. Don't be mean. Pat, pat. Shiloh was at the next one to speak, completely unaware of the situation. I met Lizzie and Spirit in school. You'll see a ton of kids there when summer is over. I didn't want to go to a new school. I don't want summer to end. Shiloh looked down to the dirt. He hadn't had much lurking, striking up conversations with Cove. I like summer vacation a lot, too. All the building tension in the air suddenly vanished when Lizzie laughed. Oh yeah, that's right. Just make him happy. Have a nice conversation. At Shallow's discomfort at how weird she thought Cove was, that's something else entirely you didn't really know, but she laughed, face scrunching up.
Okay.
Welcome to Sunset Bird Cove. Take a seat, put up your feet, and get used to it. Aw, that would be so sad. Luminel, what are you doing? You offered him a small smile at that, at least looked to reassure him some. For the rest of the summer, Cove was always there. You saw him more often than Shallow, and some days, when she was in a bad mood or busy, you even saw him more than Lizzie. You became a staple of your everyday life, the way the sun and lunch and the beach were. But lunch? I mean, I guess. During your first summer together, you really liked Cove. He was a fun person to play with, and he seemed to like playing with you too. Of course, that was only the start of things. Okay, I'm ending it right there. Hope you guys had fun. I'll be back later.